And let's start by taking the blocks underneath the knees too. See, I want you to feel really settled and grounded into that back body. Feel broad across the shoulders, palms to the heavens, and close the eyes. And take a moment here just to quiet everything down. Connect with the breath, just noticing how you're feeling this morning. Any areas where there's tightness or tension in the body, can you send the breath there to create some space and soften? Now go ahead and float the knees to the chest. And we're just going to take the blocks off to the sides. I'm going to start here stretching with the blocks. So just take the blocks about hip height and off your mats. And then take the knees to the chest and just a little rock and roll from side to side. And I want you to play with where the knees are in relationship to the chest. And take that massage down the spine. And then we're going to take that massage back up the spine. And again, noticing any areas where there's tension, you might need to linger there a little bit longer. Be kind to yourselves. And now coming back to center, we're simply going to let the knees get heavy in the chest and just bring some movement into the ankles. It's a little point and flex if you prefer circles. Just making sure that you go in all directions. So we're just lubricating the ankle joints here. And now go ahead and give the ankles a break. Take the hands to the knees, separate the knees and make circles with the knees now. And by doing that, we're getting into the hip sockets. So again, it doesn't matter which direction you started in, we're going to go in both momentarily. And now switch that up, taking it the other way. And now coming back to center, keep the knees together, a little circle with the knees collectively. Really focusing on the sacrum, that lower back area. And again, it doesn't matter which direction you started in. And now go ahead and switch that up. And now go ahead and send those legs straight up. Keep the legs together. We're going to take the hands to the right leg. And now we're going to float that left leg for a hover. If you prefer, you can send it right down to the mat. Big breath in. We're imprinted to the small back. And just start to pull the chest towards that leg. And maybe that leg starts to melt a little closer to the chest. So we're just gently stretching that back of the leg, waking it up. And if that left leg is floating, we're waking up the belly as well. Hold here. Few more breaths here. Find some length in the back of that right leg. Go ahead and release neck, head, and shoulders. Float that right leg back up and float the left leg up. Take the hands to the left leg. Again, you decide, is that right leg going to stay up on the mat or is it going to float up? Next exhale, take neck, head, and shoulders up off the mat and start encouraging heart towards the leg and maybe that leg a little closer. So again, it's early, it's our first stretch. Be gentle. We're just waking up the back of the legs. Release neck, head, and shoulders. Go ahead, float that right leg all the way down. We're going to start on the left side today since we're already set up. Bend that left knee. So we have that block. We're going to play with where that block is. We're going to take that right hand to the outside of that left knee, and we're going to float that left knee across the body onto that block. And that block can be at any height that makes sense for you. Now, if your hips are fairly open, the lower the block, the more of a stretch. You want to avoid lifting that left shoulder. Gaze is up to the heavens, arms are at a stop sign or a T, whatever's comfortable. If you want a little bit more, you can actually slide that block completely away and let that knee get heavier. So again, just a nice twist here. And so we're gonna rotate onto our belly, but the opposite is gonna hold true here. So when we move onto our belly, we're gonna keep that knee on the block. We're gonna get into the front of that hip flexor. We're gonna try and melt those hips down nice and flat towards that mat. And the higher the block is this time, the more of a stretch. So the opposite holds true. So ladies, take a great big breath. And then on the exhale, start to rotate towards the right. And we're gonna come onto our bellies. I think the stretch is working. It's a bit more work. And now take one hand on top of the other, float the forehead on the mat, and encourage that left knee into the mat, into that block. So let that knee get heavy. And again, if you like, you can take it higher. So again, the higher it is, the more of a stretch. And just linger here, pressing that knee in the block. Keeping that right hip glued down. The left hip is obviously floating up because of the block, but the chest is on the mat and the forehead is heavy. Last breath here. And now once again, we're just gonna make our way onto our backs, any which way you like. Again, a little bit of effort, but I think it's worth it. That left leg is down the mat now, and we're gonna take that right knee to the chest. You're gonna lace your fingers on that shin. Let that knee get heavy. And again, remembering that the lower the block, the more of a stretch. The higher the block, the less of a stretch. Left hand to the outside of that right knee, and then when you're ready, let that right knee get heavy and roll onto that block. Again, keep the shoulders grounded. You may notice that one side is a little bit more cooperative than the other. It's totally natural. And again, let that knee get heavy. Last breath here. And now once again, we're going to start to roll to the left, moving under our bellies one more time. And I think I mentioned this before, ladies, you can have this as a restorative pose as well. Maybe take some pillows underneath that knee. It's a little more comfortable instead of a hard block. But again, stack the hands, rest the forehead, keep that left hip on the mat, and now press in with that right knee into the block. Hold here. Last breath. And now one more time, we're going to make our way onto our backs. When you get onto your backs, we're going to bring those knees towards the chest. We're going to take them on either side of the torso, making your way to happy baby. Take the feet to the heavens, either clasping the shins or the ankles, or taking that strap across the arch, and just take it to a roll from side to side to start. And now maybe send that right leg away, maybe that left leg, and just, and now coming back to center, bring those legs together, send those legs straight up, ladies. And now start to let those legs get heavy as they start to pull apart and melt towards the floor. So just a nice inner thigh stretch here. Keep the back rounded. Now you decide how far apart those legs get, and now point the toes, flex the toes. Point, flex. For 5, 4, wake up the calves, 3, 2, and 1. Ladies, take the hands together, send them in between the thighs. Take a great big breath in on the exhale, pull neck, head, and shoulders up. And now here, 10 little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. Release neck, head, and shoulders. Take the hands to the outside of the legs, bring the legs together. And the knees. Reach for your elastics, your bands, ladies. And we're going to take the elastics on the arches of the feet. We're going to start here and then we're going to move around. So take those knees above the hips. Have a little tension in the elastic. So we're going to start without the arms to start. Keep that left leg nice and strong, send the right leg away. Hold. Go ahead and switch. Come on back to start. Leave the right leg there, send the left leg away. Hold. And release. And again. Should feel those lower abdominals engage here, ladies. Should feel the quads working as well. That left quad's really resisting it. Come on back. Switch it up, send that left leg away. And switch, send the right leg away. Release that left leg away. And back to start. So knees are above the hips. Ladies, we're going to add in. Take the hands in behind the head, interlace your fingers. You want to see those elbows in the periphery. With the next exhale, we're going to imprint through the back and pull neck, head, shoulders up. And now we're going to send right leg away and take the right elbow towards the left knee and switch. That's 1. Bicycle. 2. 3. 9. Last one. And come on back to center. Take that elastic and now take that elastic on the ankles. Send those legs straight up. Keep the shoulders grounded. Point the toes. Repel the legs. Hold. Flex the toes. Come on back to start. But keep some tension in the elastic. Point the toes. Pull apart. Flex the toes. Come on back. Point. Apart. Flex. Together. Point. Apart. You get where I'm going. Keep going. Four. Point. Apart. Flex. Together. 3. 2. Last one. And now ladies, repel the legs, hold here as far as you can. 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2. Hold, hold, hold. And really, and release the chest. We'll rock and roll. Now go ahead and send those legs straight out. We're going to roll onto our left side. Support the head. You know where we're going. That right leg is parallel to the floor. Toes are towards the shin, so we wake up the calf muscle one more time. So you can either support your head or you can extend that arm and just rest your head. Choice is yours, whatever you prefer. But when you're ready, we're going to send that right leg straight up. Keep the toes parallel to the floor, and we're away for 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ladies, we're gonna take the toes towards the floor, heel up to the heavens. So we're shining that right hip towards the floor. That bottom knee, as we know, is bent just for some stability. And now take that heel up to the heavens for 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, last one, and go ahead and rest. We're gonna roll onto that right side. Do a little flip here so I can see better. And again, a little softness in that bottom leg, support the head. And when you're ready, hover that left leg up parallel to the floor. And now we're awake here for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll pause, toes to the heavens, toes to the floor, heel to the heavens, and that hip is shining towards the mat. We're awake, heel up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, and 1. Release, ladies, rolling right onto the belly this time. Support the head. We're going to keep those hips nice and secure to the mat to start. Take a great big breath in. On the exhale, we're going to float that right leg up as high as you can for 10 and back down. Four, 3, 2, last one, stay high, 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, hold and release. Keep that right leg on the mat or onto the left when you're ready. Send that left leg up for 10. 3, 2, and 1. Stay high, 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1, hold and release. Ladies, if you choose, grab some light weights. Nothing more than a couple of pounds. We're gonna get into the shoulders. We're gonna keep the legs quiet this time. We're gonna bring the right arm up above the mat and release. We're just doing 5 here to start. That's 1. You can keep forehead on the mat or you can gaze forward, whatever's more pleasant for the neck. Last one, each side. And go ahead and rest. Now we're going to bring that all together. We're going to work on the opposite arm and the opposite leg, and we're going to float them as high and off the mat as we can. Take a hold for a breath and then come on back down. Right arm, left leg. Release. Left arm, right leg. And we're away. This is 2, ladies. We're going for 10. We got 2 more. The last one, each side. And rest. Leave the legs down. Take the weights off to the side. And ladies, take the hands alongside of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, cobra. So just a little baby cobra to start. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're just giving a little back, a little stretch here. Go ahead and release forehead to that. Big breath in. Next exhale. Root down through the hands. Soften the shoulders. Come on up, cobra. Maybe we come up a little higher. You decide what makes sense. We just get a nice opening to the heart. Shoulders are away from the ears. And release. Zip those legs together. Take the hands underneath the shoulders and then send the hips back for shell pose this time. Forehead to the mat. Arms behind you, palms up. And now pull the heart away from the thighs. Ladies, we're just gonna come onto our toes. And we're gonna stretch out that back. So we're gonna take the hands, a couple of options. You can come into reverse prayer, which is hands together behind the back. If that's too much, grab opposite elbows. And now send the shoulders back and then away from the ears and down the back. And then press those hands into the back and just get a nice stretch as we open up through the pecs here a little bit. And as we get heavy on our heels, you should feel a nice stretch through the arch of the feet at the same time. So we're on our toes, we're letting those hips get heavy on the heels. Go ahead and release that. While we're here, we're gonna send that right arm straight out, take it up to the heavens, flip the palm, and now take that hand in between the shoulders and get a nice stretch here. So we're gonna either take hand to elbow, keep that arm nice and close to the ear, or you can reach back for a bind. Clasping the hands, sending the elbows back a little bit more, finding some length for a tricep. And release that. We're gonna switch it up. Send that left arm out, take it up to the heavens, flip the palm. And once again, take that hand in between the shoulder blades, finding your stretch. We're gonna do some shoulder work when we get off our knees, I promise. Send the elbows back and release. Ladies, here we're gonna do is just shimmy the elastic up any which way you want to. We're gonna take the elastic this time above the knee. So come on up onto your knees when you can, with the elastic just above them. And from here, we're gonna make our way to neutral tabletop. Vertebras and shoulders are stacked, knees are underneath the hips. And let's find some length in the front and back body. Inhale the cow, pull the tailbone up and the gaze, hands are active. Exhale, chin to chest, puff that back away. Inhale. Exhale. A few more just like this. And really find some length to the front and back body. And that's achieved when the hands are active. The last one. And then we'll make our way back to neutral table. So we're gonna keep that left side nice and quiet. We're not gonna flop that hip out. We're gonna root down and now send that right leg up 90 degrees in line with the hip for fire hydrants. We're away for 10, 9, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back. Ladies, staying with the right leg, send that right leg up, straight up, heel to the heavens and down for 10, 9, 5, 2, and 1. Come on down. 1 cat-cow between sides. Big breath in. Exhale. Back to neutral. When you're ready, that left knee goes out to the side. We're away for 10. 2, and 1. Again, let's take that left heel to the heavens for 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Go ahead and send that right leg straight back. Pull the toe towards the shins and the left arm forward. Extended table, just hold. Release the hand, release the knee. We're going to switch it up. Send that left leg back. Right arm forward, pause here. Go ahead and release the hand and the knee. We're gonna walk the hands forward and curl the toes under. We're gonna make our way to downward dog with the elastic. Go ahead and send the hips up, please. Walk it out. Notice how the back of the legs are feeling. Having it out, send the hips from side to side. And now start to walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees generously, making your way to your first forward fold. Let it go. Hands can be on blocks, they can be on mats, they can be on opposite elbow. Let that noggin get heavy. Root down through the heel, and maybe the hips float back a little further, finding more light in the back of the legs. Hold here. And now slowly we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, without weights this time, ladies. We're going to roll the shoulders down the back and bring the hands to heart center. We're getting ready for our squat series. Fire up the belly. Keep your gaze forward and your spine tall. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, sit back in that imaginary chair, find your squat. Take a peek. You should have 10 toes. If you don't, your knees are too far forward. Sit back in that chair. Root down. Come all the way up, nice and slow. We're going to go super slow today. And again, come on down. Pause. Come on up. And again, for 3. That's halfway. You know we're going to add into it. 9. Last one. Come on down and hold here, ladies. Hold. Keep that spine nice and tall. Let's pulse for 10. 10. 9. Hold here. Up a centimeter, down a centimeter. Barely see you moving. That's 2. Slow. Two. And 1. Stay low, root to the heels, come all the way up. Take a great big breath in. Exhale down. Let it all go, forward fold. Let's grab opposite elbow with opposite hand and just sway from side to side. And release the clasp on the elbows. Ladies, if you choose to, grab some weights. We're going to come into squats with weights overhead. So you decide, 1, if you want weights, and 2, what those dimensions of the weight should be. While we're here in this fold, let's give that head a little shake. A little nod. Bend the knees generously if you need to, and we're going to slowly bring the weights up the legs. Come into a nice tall stack spine. So we're going to take a squat with our weights on our shoulders, and when we come up to stand, we're going to bring weights overhead. Okay? So fire up the belly a lot. Take a great big breath in. Sit back in that chair. Pause. Come on up for 10. Let the weights give each other a little kiss at the top. Three, 2, and 1. Release the weights, bring one alongside of the body. We're going to take the heels together. Plie. Roll the shoulders down the back. We're just gonna hold the weights to start. And now take the knees in the direction of the toes. Don't let the heels come off the mat. Hold here, just hold. A little lower, as low as you can go without separating the heels, keeping the knees in the direction of the toes. We're just gonna hold our plie here, ladies. And now we're gonna take the weights, the elbows in line with the shoulders for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights at heart center, a little lower, 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay low. Root through the heels, straighten the legs for 5, 4. Make sure that elastic doesn't move. 3, 2, 1. Come on down, stay low, stay low. Hold here. Just hold. Now butterfly those knees back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Come all the way up. Relax the arms. Separate the feet. Roll the shoulders back. Big shoulder rolls. Bring the weights up and around. Big rolls. 2. Last one. We're going to switch it up. Bring the weights up, shoulders up to the ears, and roll forward this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take the weights on top of the legs. We're slowly going to roll down. Forward fold. Shimmy that elastic down, ladies, and take it back to the arches of the feet. Have some separation for the feet so you've got some tautness here. And this time we're going to come up just with one weight. Big breath in, and then on the exhale, pick up a weight, come all the way up. Take it in both hands so you're just evened out a bit more. And again, we're going to take that weight overhead. We're going to keep that left leg quiet. We're going to come into some oblique work on the right side so the elbow goes up. We're going to bring that right knee as high as we can and then have the elbow touch it. But slow things right down. The core's got to be active. It's a balance routine as well. So keep that left leg, maybe a little softness in it. Bring the right knee up and up. Knee and elbow don't have to touch. This left hand is balanced. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax that arm or take the weight from one hand to the other. Keep that right side quiet, a little softness in the knee, and then when you're ready, the left knee and left elbow are going to come to meet. Ready? Root down, roll away for 10, 9. So it all depends on how strong that elastic is. Squeeze in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that weight. We're going to roll down nice and slow. Get rid of the weight. Legs opposite hand, opposite elbow, and just sway from side to side. And now from here, we're just going to take the elastic off and we're going to bring it onto our wrists. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to send the arms straight forward. In line with the shoulders, spread the fingers, palms face each other. Again, welcome to take some softness to the knees, but roll the shoulders down the back. Have them set first. And now repel the hand as far as apart as you can for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms straight up. Set the shoulders down the back. One more time, we're gonna repel the hand for 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the hands. Just take that elastic off to the side. Big breath in, ladies. Exhale, bow. Take the hands to the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Extending through the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step or hop back. Make your way to plank. Hold here. High plank, little plank, anything that makes sense for you, ladies. We hold. Slowly lower all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog, walk it out. Go ahead and float that right leg high. Bend that knee, and let's open up to the front of that right hip. Hold here. Keep the energy going straight back. Giving that hip a little love. We're going to move it momentarily. Send the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Welcome to stay here or welcome to come to the sub planks. Inhale, knee to nose, we float forward, hanging plank. Send it back. Right knee, left elbow. Send it back. Right knee, right elbow. Send it back. Inhale, knee to nose, step on through. Come up and find a high crescent lunge. So keep that right knee tracking to the outside of that right foot. Press down through those toes, find some life on that left hip. Go ahead and take your gaze forward, bring hands in behind the head. We're gonna work the obliques again, so keep pushing down through those toes to get more space in that hip. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna float that left elbow towards the right knee. They don't have to touch. And then extend, nice tall spine. That's 1, 2, 8, 9, and 10. Hold here, bring hands to heart center. Lower that left knee down for tap for 10, 9, 4, 3. Last one. Pause here. Hands to the mat, step on back. Any transition you like, ladies. You can stay in downward dog. You can enjoy a flow. You can take a reprieve in child's pose or shell pose. Your practice, your rules. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in downward dog. Noticing any difference from the right side to the left side of the body. And now go ahead and float that left leg high. Exhale, bend that knee, let that hip open up on this side. Again, energy goes straight back. Let's hold. Send that left leg straight back. Again, welcome to stand three-legged dog or floating plank. Inhale, knee to nose, we float forward. And back. Left knee, right elbow, float forward. And back. Left elbow. And back. Inhale, knee to nose, step on through. Plant that foot, coming up to a high crescent lunge. We know where we're going this time. Same thing, keep that left knee safe. Root down through those right toes. Take a nice wide base of support if you're a little wiggly. And then when you're ready, take those hands in behind the head. Big breath in, and on the exhale, elbow to knee for 10, Extend fully before you curl back down. Four, three, two, and one. Come on back to center. Go ahead and float that right knee down. We're away for 10. If you prefer, you can bring hands to heart center. 5. Oops. Core's got to be active or you'll lose balance. Point in case. 9, 10. Come on back up. Pause. Hands to mat. Step on back. And once again, any transition that suits you is the one you'll find your way to. And walk it out. Ladies, bring your big toes together. We're gonna get ready for some plank work. Take a big breath in on the exhale. We're gonna float forward, find your plank. Any version of it. We're gonna start in a forward plank and we're gonna make our way to both sides. So welcome to take it to the knees. Welcome to take it to the forearms. Better to do that than have saggy hips. Puts too much pressure on the back. With the next exhale, we're gonna roll the outside of that right foot. Any version of side plank here, we're just gonna hold. Come on back, find forward plank, take a pause here. Next exhale, go to the outside of that left foot. And again, any version. Keep those hips high. Come on, around to forward plank one more time. Slowly lower all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, cobra. Take a little pause here. Exhale, send the hips back. Shell pose. Forehead to mat, arms behind you, palms up. If you prefer to make this a child pose, make it a child's pose. And go ahead and pull the heart away from the thighs. We're going to make our way onto our sit bones. So ladies, start with the feet on the mat. We're going to do a little bit of boat pose before we take it down to the backs, and then we're going to give you a good stretch, I promise. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Start to send the core towards the mat till you can feel that core engaged. When you're ready, you decide, toes to mat, shins parallel, or legs extended. We're just holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that, come on up, nice tall stack spine. We're gonna do that one more time. You're gonna have the option to tap the toes down if the shins are parallel, or send the body towards the mat, extending, and then coming back to a V-set. Or you can just hold your boat, you decide. So shoulders away from the ears. Send the spine down, core is engaged, you decide where the legs go. Again, welcome to stay wherever you are, or we send the heels or the body towards the mat and we come on back and find our V-set. For 1, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2, last one, ladies. And release feet to mat, nice tall stack spine. Leave the feet there, just roll the spine onto the mat. Walk the heels close enough so that you can graze them. Now, if we had more time, I'd get your straps back on, but we're almost finished. So we're just gonna come into one bridge pose here, maybe 2. Take the arms alongside of the body. Before you go anywhere, just imprint. Core's already woken up, it's active, it's done some good work for you today. Feel that connection with the spine. And now, tailbone's already lifted. Go ahead and pull each of the consecutive vertebrae up one at a time. Saying the hips to the heavens. Root down through those heels, keep those hips nice and high, we just hold here. Welcome to come to the outside of your shoulders and bring your hands underneath your body if you choose to. But we root through those heels, we send the hips a little higher. We're here for a couple more breaths. Release the clasp on the hands if they're there. Slowly come on down for a tap. Imprint first, come on up. Come on down for a tap. Imprint first, come on up. And tap. Again, flatten that back out before the hips go up. 2 more. Last one. Hold here. And now slowly take the spine to the mat. Leave that left foot where it is and take that right ankle onto the left foot. Encourage that right knee away. Notice how that right hip is feeling. And when you're ready, go ahead and take that left leg a little closer. So you can either grab in behind the shin or you can grab the thigh, but we work that right knee away and we encourage that left leg closer and toes come to the shins. Left leg, as you know, can be bent or straight. It's just personal preference. It's where you take your stretch that makes it feel good. We just hold. Notice where you're feeling the stretch most. Is it through that right glute? Is it through that left hamstring? Are your calves a little tight? Last breath here. And then go ahead and take that left foot onto the mat. Leave that right foot where it is. We're just going to slide that leg along so that right knee is crossing the left. And then we're going to send the knees back to the chest one more time with hands below the knees. Encourage the knees closer and now send the feet away. These glutes and hips need a nice stretch. And we're going to linger here. Hold. Again, try and send the breath to any gnarly bits that are still a little resistance to stretch. We're going to slowly release that. Uncross the legs, take the feet back onto the mat. So again, setting up for bridge pose, we can just brace those heels. Leave the right leg where it is, take that left ankle to the right thigh, encourage that left knee away. Again, notice how this side is feeling now, where you're feeling the stretch. And then when you're ready, go ahead and float that right leg a little closer and find the stretch that you're looking for. Again, encouraging the left knee away, the right leg closer to the toes to the shins. We're going to linger here, hold. Last breath here. And now slowly take your right foot onto the mat, slide that left knee across. And when you're ready, float the knees to the chest. And find your expression of full cow facing here on your back. Again, noticing which side is a little tighter, where you're feeling the stretch, how the glute feels. Last breath here. Go ahead and unravel. Take the feet as wide as your mat And we're just gonna allow the knees just to sway from side to side. And now this time, go ahead and leave the knees to the right. So we're working that left knee away from the body into the mat, getting a nice stretch here. You can keep your right foot where it is, or you can float it onto that left knee if you like. Send that left arm straight back, palm faces the heavens, and reach back with the right hand, clasping the wrist. As we press down with that left knee, can you send that left arm further away for a great big stretch all along the left side? Let's hold. Release the clasp on the wrist, slide the foot off the knee if that's where it is. We're going to send the knees up to the heavens and then float them off to the left. Again, we're working that right leg, sitting it away and into the mat. And again, if you choose, left foot can float on top of that knee. But shine that right hip up to the heavens. Little pause here first. And now go ahead and send that right arm straight back. Keep it close to the ear. Clasp the wrist with the left hand. And as we push that right knee down, can you send that right arm further away? Let's hold. Release the clasp on the wrist. Take the foot off the knee if that's where it is, and just flop the knees back and forth from side to side, releasing any tension. But we're going to get that back just a little bit more love. Go ahead and walk the feet together. And now send the legs straight up. So they're glued together. Point the toes, little circles on the ceiling. We're going to give that lower back that sacrum a final massage before we can clasp. You decide how small or how large circles are, how slow or how fast the circles are. This should feel really nice. And now go ahead and switch directions. Let's do one more in this direction. And now separate the legs, bring the knees on either side of the chest one final time for happy baby. Final rock and roll knees. If you prefer knees to chest, by all means, take it there. If you want to play here and extend legs away, go ahead and do that. But as you're rolling from side to side, just do that little inventory check one more time, checking in with muscles and joints, noticing any difference in the body, how you're feeling now versus when you first came to class, energy level, headspace. And then come back to center. Release the clasp on the feet, let the legs come together, knees to chest. Let the heels get heavy, that tailbone's already lifted. As we take the hands to the chest, to the knees, take a great big breath in on the exhale, float the knees closer and take the forehead to the knees, get really small, curl it like a little ball, hold this. Can you get smaller? Can you get smaller? And then on the exhale, release everything away, get as large as you can, take up as much real estate on your mat as you can. Send the legs away, the arms away. Take a great big breath in. Take a pause at the top of the breath and feel the fullness of the torso, the belly, the lungs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Letting everything deflate. We're going to do that one more time. Big breath in. Pause, feel the fullness, feel the lungs, feel the belly. And then on the exhale, let everything settle to the mat. And ladies, I invite you to come in whatever version of Shavasana will serve you best. Don't be afraid to use your blocks and your props. Make sure there's no tension in the brow, no tension in the jaw. And as we focus on the exhalations, can we allow them to take us just a little deeper into our mats? And surrender. base, we are slowly, kindly, gently gonna start to bring some awareness back to the body. Any movement that feels good is encouraged. You might want to start with the extremities, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Give a little nod of the head. Some movement to the torso. Maybe you want to send the arms away, giving yourself a great big full body stretch. And you want to roll on one side, settle for a couple breaths. When you're ready, and in your own time, we'll eventually make our way to a comfortable seated position, stack spine. Right hands to heart center, gentle bow in gratitude that we're well enough to make it to our mat, so we have the initiative to do so, and eternally grateful for each other to keep us true to our mats. Thanks for spending your morning with me. Have a great weekend, everybody. Now I'm replacing you where the whole universe resides, and when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste.